Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins. Listen up.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening. Obviously, I'm so used to saying good afternoon with us, man. I'm so used to saying good afternoon with us, man. But we are here. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen, and we are here for a lot of fucking news.
Yes,
a
sir.
lot of freaking news. And it is the Darion Hopkins Show, and you know we are in the building again with another hot episode. I did watch the one yesterday, dope ass episode. So shout out to my bro Mac for taking over.
Mac Attack, man.
Calling him the Mac Attack and everything of that nature. But we are in the building, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and now we're on Bugs YouTube as well. So we are live over there as well. So make sure y'all go check that out. But how y'all day is, man? How y'all day is? How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling all right today. You know, I'm trying to figure out where I'm about to be a fan at. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
What's up, Anthony? What's up, Daniel?
What's good, Anthony? Oh, let me check the comments.
So we have a lot of topics to go over. Even the topics that I sent is that even more stuff came out after the topics that came out, you know. Yeah, so we gotta like, you know, I mean, I don't know if we still got I think Bug got the trivia for us today.
Mm-hmm. Yankees perfect game yesterday. Absolutely. That was historic right there, man. That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
Expected that.
I'm gonna talk about that, and I'm gonna tell y'all my reasoning why it wasn't a big thing, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all why, but we're gonna get into it. But make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel on the YouTube channel. Make sure you listen to us on the audio podcast with Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. And make sure you go to SeatGeek.com and get $20 off your first purchase for all live events and sporting events out there. So make sure y'all go to SeatGeek.com. And the D-Hop Nation merch, the link is definitely in the chat, man. So do what y'all want to start. Still want to start off with NFL. You want to start with all the NBA?
I believe we starting off with this right now. NBA players: Boris Diaw, Nicholas Batum, Dominique Wilkins were all born in which country?
Say the names again.
Nicholas Batum, Boris Diaw, and Dominique Wilkins were all born in which country?
Was it DR?
Nope.
All right. I'm not gonna lie to you. I heard Boris Diaw, and that was it. I'm sorry.
Boris Diaw, Dominique Wilkins,
and Nicholas
Batum.
Batum.
All right. So it's not DR.
Is it South America? Is it South America?
It's not Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico is not really considered a country anymore these days. Brazil?
Is it in South America? Can you give me a regional hint?
If I give it, that'd be too easy. It's France.
I was just about to say that, and you said it, bro. I was just about to say that. Jesus Christ. But let's get down to it. We all know the big news, ladies and gentlemen, about James Harden. I know I don't want to start the show off with this, but this is the latest news that just came out, and I just wanted to shine some light on it real quickly before we go into any of the topics that we had here. So according to Adrian Wojnarowski, he does say that James Harden is picking up his $35.6 million option, and sides are beginning to work together, exploring trade scenarios. Sources tell ESPN that it is expected that Harden has played his last game in Philadelphia, and the Clippers and the Knicks are expected to be among the teams that engage with the 76ers on potential James Harden trade sources, tell ESPN. I'm gonna let Book go last. Matt, where does James Harden go? And what do the Sixers give up to go get who they want?
Man, I had to mute myself for a second there. I'm glad I did because, what the hell? You let go of Doc Rivers. You made it seem like Doc Rivers getting rid of Doc Rivers was the issue here, and you were fixing that issue. And now you're talking about a sign and trade. Like, bro, you know what? I'm happy for you, D-Hop. I'm happy for you. You took your talents elsewhere. I'm happy because what the hell? Where does James Harden go? Honestly, what team really wants him right now? How many teams really want James Harden right now? I mean, and I'm talking about guys who could actually go get him.
I mean, as of right now, only two teams that I've seen was Clippers and Knicks. They're the only two teams that they're talking about right now.
Look, guys, you guys got to be a little bit of my crutch here. That's why I'm asking questions. I haven't had time to look up anything.
Yeah, the Clippers and the Knicks are the only two teams that, as of right now, is looking into James Harden.
I'm gonna wait because I've been telling y'all sleeper team.
I heard Suns, but I don't think the Suns is what is going to happen. That it doesn't make sense. Who are they going to trade for him? What are they going to get back? Like it's that trade doesn't seem likely for the Suns. But you turn around and somebody in the comments they shouted out the Clippers. I mean that's a nice thought, but I mean,
I just don't see Russell Westbrook and Harden playing together. I just don't see that.
I also don't see
they love playing together in Houston.
Okay. You know here. I'm just gonna throw it out there and I'm gonna let you guys take it from here. Maybe Milwaukee. No, go ahead.
Absolutely not. I don't see Milwaukee because he's going to want to be the guy in Milwaukee, and that is Giannis' team. Giannis ain't going to let Harden do what the hell he want. That's number one. That's not going to happen. Giannis is the best player on that team, even with Harden on that team. I'm going to be completely honest, but I really don't see – it's not a lot of teams that's going to want James Harden. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The teams that's going to want James Harden is the teams that's not in contention. He's not going to find a team. He's not going to find a team.
Can I ask you this question real quick?
What?
Sorry to interrupt you, but I feel like you can answer this question in what you're going to say anyway. But does James Harden have to be the best player on the team he gets picked by, or who grabs him?
Absolutely not.
He doesn't have to be the best player.
He doesn't have to be, but he wants to be. That's the problem.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
That's his problem. We've seen it in Houston that he was the number one guy. It did even with Joel Embiid. He still wanted to be that guy in Philadelphia.
No, he didn't. Oh no, I can't sit there and let you say that. I can't let you say that.
I'm going to say, if you look at his past history after he left Houston, he wanted out of Houston. He went to Brooklyn. And then after he went to Brooklyn, after 2 years, he left with the Philadelphia. Now he's unhappy in Philadelphia. And now he wants out where he just could have been a free agent and just took the max money somewhere else instead of exercising that option. For me, when it comes to James Harden, he's going to want to be a face of a franchise. He wants to be the primary ball handler. That's why I say it won't work for the New York Knicks, because Jalen Brunson is the primary ball handler there, and James Harden don't know how to play.
James Harden doesn't want. Okay,
that's the problem with James Harden.
So what was he doing in Houston? He was playing out the ball in Houston. He didn't want to play up. Do you know that? Hold on. Because how are you going to be trying to be the face of the team, averaging 6 shots a game in a season?
6 shots a game?
You average 6 shots
a game.
He averaged 6 shots. He
If you
averaged
averaging
6
a double
field
double,
goals.
that means you're taking more than
He
6 shots. If I'm not correct.
No, that means he's hitting shots. And let's correct this. James Harden shoots a lot of free throws, right or wrong.
Man, I'm not having this argument about James Harden. I'm just saying right now, he would not. I'm telling you right now, he's going to get traded to a team that's not in contention. I don't see no top 5 teams on the Western Conference. I don't see no top 5 teams on the Eastern Conference going after James Harden in the trade.
It just came out. It just came out an hour ago. I guarantee you, at least 2 or 3 more teams we hear about tonight.
That's not championship contenders.
They're going to be contenders.
Like who? Name them.
They're going to be contenders.
Name them.
They're going to be contenders.
Name them.
I guarantee you.
I would love you to make these teams. Name the championship teams that James Harden fits on right now.
A couple. He could go to Miami if they don't get Dame.
That's not happening. So swipe that out.
That's what you're saying. That's you're saying.
Happening.
One of their shooters, Max Strus has got offered what, 34-something million? You don't think he's gonna take that? He's gone. So they could use somebody like that.
Max Strus can go for real. Max Strus can go.
But
no,
that is somebody big to that offense. What are we talking about?
What you mean he's big to the? Let's be completely honest here.
You can't just say Max Strus can go like Max Strus is not a contributor to that Heat team.
He is an inconsistent shooter. Let's keep it real. He's an inconsistent shooter. What else does he do? He does not play defense. He's a liability on defense. What else does he do?
Bro, I can't believe we are shitting on Max Strus right now.
I'm not shitting on Max Strus. I'm just saying, you tell me what else he do that he's worthy of that money.
He played defense and he shoots.
He does not play defense.
That's why he's worthy of the money.
He been getting smoked the whole playoffs in defense. Come on.
Oh, not the whole playoffs.
Come on, damn near the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals. He got smoked.
Man, and y'all's wins, then back-to-back wins against Boston. Come on, man.
I'm sorry, but Max Strus is one of the weakest links on the Miami Heat team. He's one of the weakest links.
And he played good defense. He didn't play bad defense.
He reminds me of JJ Redick. He reminds me of JJ Redick.
Like I said, I like that. I like that Max said. I like that Max said. I like that Max said the Bucks. I can see LA making a run for him. The Lakers, not even. I was thinking the Lakers more than the Clippers. I can see that happening.
I mean, no, but think about it like this, D-Hop.
See,
right?
D-Hop is just a harder hater, bro. It's okay.
He's not a hard hater. I just think he's a fucking bum. Period.
How?
Absolutely.
I just think he's a bum.
If you find the right guys, if the right guys are willing to say, you know what, we're willing to overplay defense. We're willing to work harder to play with James Harden because of the offensive benefits. And a team like Milwaukee would be a team that could possibly do that. With what they have,
with a rookie coach that James Harden can walk all over. Period. Let's keep it real.
Listen, but
we don't know this coach in Milwaukee. We don't know if he has a backbone to step up to James Harden and what he wants.
Okay, I'm just telling you the fact that you could put Giannis,
D-Hop personal opinion about how he thinks that James Harden thinks.
I'm not going on what James Harden gets. I'm just thinking about all the teams that he's been on.
He's not thinking that this man. He's not thinking that this man is 30 plus years old and that he has already passed the prime of his career and that he wants to go to a contending team and that he's willing to take the back seat the same way he just did to Joel.
I can't wait till he take a back seat. I can't wait.
He just took a back seat. He just took a back seat. He took a back seat.
You just argued with me a couple of shows ago how James Harden was averaging a double-double in the regular season. He can still play up at the top form. But now he want to take a back seat. Make it make sense, bro.
What do you mean? So you can't take a double-double and still? He's a great fucking player. Of course, he can't help it.
Great. His great prime is over.
Oh my God. The man just averaged a double-double. So you can just average a double-double in the NBA right now, I guess.
You averaging a double-double and lose it? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Joel just won the MVP with the leading scorer all year and just fucking lost.
Mm-hmm.
That which is true, but we're talking about a James Harden that don't show up in no playoff games.
You see,
he don't show up in the playoffs. I do not trust him in the playoffs. I don't care about what you do in the regular season because I said this many times. I said this many times about Joel Embiid. I regret saying that Joel Embiid deserved the MVP because I don't care for a regular season numbers. I don't care for that. Once you're in the playoffs, you play against the best of the best. And if you don't show up against the best of the best, then you ain't shit. Period. Period.
Was Al Horford not a leading scorer in one of those series?
You know what? Hey, Bud. Low key, I kind of want Harden to go to the Suns now. No, I do.
He'll come off the bench if he go to the Suns.
No, man. Fuck that shit. Put you got Booker. You got Booker at the 1. You put Harden at the 2. You put Beal at the 3. You put Durant at the 4.
They still too small. They still won't win the West.
You fucking keep it.
They won't win the West. They won't win the West because it's too many people. It's too many people that want the ball.
When I tell y'all, I can't wait till this fucking season starts.
And then no, fuck that. They trade for Andre Drummond. Did you see he accepted that $3-point-some million? A team need to go get that man.
They're not going to get him because they feel like he's out of his prime already. That's the problem with Andre Drummond. They feel like he's already out of his prime. Which is messed up that they feel like that because I disagree that he's not out of his prime. I still think he give you a defensive dominance and great rebounds, not scoring wise, but he definitely gives you a protect the basket type of center. I agree with you there.
Hey, Washington Wizards, go pick that motherfucker up. Go trade for him.
Anthony, it's no really debate, bro. I mean, it's no debate. You feel me? I know.
For me, just by seeing James Harden game in the way that he wants the ball in his hand, if he's not moving out the basketball, he's going to sit at the 3-point line. I just see it so many times over and over again. That's just not a lot.
Like you had to have a blind. You had to have a blind. You had to literally have a blindfold on watching the Sixers game. Saying James Harden had to.
I think he's the best point guard, best shooting guard of all time. Keep talking. The same person
you literally had to be blind talking about he had the ball in his hand most of the time. Are you blind?
He put the ball up the
majority. You had to be blind.
Are you blind?
You had to be blind. You had to be blind. It's no way Joel Embiid's coming down shooting threes from the top of the key.
He's not pushing the ball up.
Yes, the fuck he is. Are you crazy? I can pull up several stats right now. Joel Embiid breaking the ball down the court. I can pull up several. Bro.
So you really sitting here and telling me that Joel Embiid pushed the ball up more than James Harden?
He pushed the ball up several times and waved his guards off several times.
The question was,
he pushed the ball up and waved his guards off several times. Maxey gets the ball. When Maxey gets the ball, I don't have nothing against it, but he's gone. What are you talking about? When Tobias gets the ball, he's coming down. He's posting up. They're not. What are you talking about? We didn't have a half-court offense. What half-court offense did the 76ers have?
James Harden was never a fast break two guard. He was a person that pushed the ball.
So how the fuck was he averaging a double-double?
He was averaging a double. I mean, it's in the regular season that he was averaging a double-double. And then he went ghost in the playoffs. Wow, 2 games out of 7. But what I'm saying to you is, all I'm saying is, and I said this in the chat many a times, if James Harden get traded, I do not want Maxey in that package. Simple as that.
Oh, he's in there now. Now that he chose, if I feel what you were saying,
if Maxey in there, then the Sixers are fucking dumb because he will be a failure against James Harden in the same team.
I'm not going to be a dickhead.
Failure.
No, this is why I'm not going to be a dickhead.
James Harden as a teammate.
James Harden pulled a fucking move right here because I feel like wherever he goes, Tobias and Maxey are about to go with him.
I just don't. Well, James Harden, I hope you really play for your money because you ain't winning the championship nowhere you go.
You crazy.
Until you take a true back seat to yourself and be humble enough, then I'll say that. But until then, I don't see it.
Because it's like I'm gonna ask Mac because I feel like I don't want to make it sound I'm being biased. Mac, you watch the game. James Harden is the 3rd scoring option on the team behind Maxey. How the fuck is he?
How is he the 2nd scoring option?
I'll say it like this. It differed from night to night who played 2 and who played 3 fiddle between Harden and Maxey, but at no time was Harden number 1.
No,
Like,
thank
never
you.
But I'm saying, as far as pushing the ball up, James Harden had the ball in his hand majority of the times more than Joel Embiid. That is my case.
No, let's be honest here. There was a couple games in the Celtics where he didn't do anything. He didn't touch the ball. He didn't do shit with the ball. He passed it off. Joel.
Did he move without the ball? Did he just stand at the 3-point line and just
every game that he hold on, D-Hop. Every game that he didn't
James
score,
Harden just fucking suck, bro. I don't care about none of that no more.
every game that he didn't score heavy, he didn't handle the ball much because it was like he had zero confidence. We talked about this.
Clutch to real, Anthony. Clutch to real with a 2.
But I mean, and although, like, yeah, I mean, I think
I'm tired of talking about him. I'm tired.
It's like Westbrook, okay? They're stat chasers. That's what they do. That's how they get it.
Difference between Westbrook and Harden. At least Westbrook showed up in the playoffs this year. At least he showed up, even though they lost. At least he showed up defensively. At least he showed up offensively. He looked better than he ever looked when he left after he left the Lakers. That's one thing I can say. That's the difference between Harden and Russell Westbrook. That's the difference. Just show up when you need to.
Well, I mean, hey, Harden did win a couple games. They
He didn't win it. He won 2 games by himself, literally. Like, I mean, bro.
2 out of 7 games. That's 2 out of 7 games.
Okay, but see,
that means you take 5 games off and just play against 2.
But that's what. But are we not? Hold on.
Let's go, Mac. Can I say something? So look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. All right, I listen to you guys. I listen to you guys go at it a lot. All right, so I think we can agree to disagree on certain terms with James Harden. Has he been a good player in this league? Yes. Has he got great stats for the time he's been in the league? Yes. Okay, but is he a phenomenal? Absolutely going to change a team no matter where he goes. Depends. And I'll give you that. I'll give you that, D-Hop. If he doesn't play a certain way with whatever team he goes to, he could either be one of the greatest additions to it, or it could help fold the damn team. Now, Book, I'll tell you this: he can. His stats will always be decent until he ain't got it no more. And I give it to him. He can turn it on when he wants to turn it on. And Harden he's a damn good player. Right, so I'm telling you, that's why I'm saying I'm agreeing to disagree with both of you guys.
See, I don't even want to make it a stat head thing. I want him to win. Me as a fan, I want him to win. But I just don't like.
If he wants to win, he has to show up.
Hold up, but let me speak. He has to show up. We had people go from. Was he playing defense in Houston? I just got that. Can I get that answer?
Defense his whole career.
Can I get that? No, can I get an answer? Did he play defense in Houston?
No,
right?
No.
Okay, but everybody wants to see the prime. We need that Houston Harden. He came to Philly and was a whole different player. The player that he thought would win him games, the 2010 player that he thought would win him games. He didn't think, they don't need 40 a night. So what do you like? I feel like, what do you mean a back seat? Like I'm just gonna,
a back seat meaning that he just could, instead of him trying to be a star player, come and be a role player for a championship team.
That's an old picture. That's an old picture, Anthony. That's an old picture.
That's what I'm saying. Just all you gotta do is be a role player and play your part instead of you trying to be the main part. You're not gonna be a main part on a championship team, not anymore, because you just don't have it anymore.
How are you gonna say that?
Just like Milwaukee. If he can take a backseat to Giannis, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
does Philly get to the playoffs? Does Philly get to the playoffs without James Harden?
We've been to the playoffs without James Harden for how many years now?
But y'all had
before
Ben
James
Simmons.
Harden got there.
Y'all had Ben Simmons. Do Philly get
to the playoffs with his bum ass? So what's the difference?
Does Philly go to the playoffs without James Harden last year?
Yes. Because you know why? The Eastern Conference is fucking weak. It's a weak ass conference. Let's keep it a buck. Without Ben Simmons, we went to the playoffs. Without James Harden, we went to the playoffs. Like, come on.
This is blasphemy, man.
The only problem that's been with the Philadelphia 76, they can't get past the second round. Even before James Harden got there. Look it up. Look it up.
Okay. So what you saying that now he's the problem?
No, the Sixers as an organization is a problem. But I'm saying to you, for me, I just think that James Harden is he just needs to get out of this. From what I see on the court, he needs to get out this quitter's mentality. He quit in Game 7. He quit. And as a former Philadelphia 76ers fan, and anybody who's a true Philadelphia 76ers fan, we do not like quitters on a basketball team. I don't care if it's Philadelphia Eagles, Philadelphia Philly, Philadelphia Flyers. The teams are going to come down on him. The city's going to come down on him much as possible. He quit in Game 7.
Let's get that first trivia. And we are 26 minutes in, and we ain't got past James Harden. All right, now y'all starting to make me hate the motherfucker just because I'm tired of talking about him.
I'm done talking about. I would not talk about him tomorrow. It's a wrap. Okay. I'm not talking about him no more.
Which members? What were the members of the Fab Five?
Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard, Chris Webber. That's 3.
These last 2.
Jalen Rose.
These last 2.
So Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard, Chris Webber. Fuck.
The other two guys are tough as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm the other two. I know Webber. I know Rose.
So you got Webber, you got Rose, you got Howard. You got 2 more.
Fuck, man. I know these guys, bro. They right on the tip of my mother. Yo, they right there.
Tell it, RC. Like I like as soon the 2 guys we can't name.
Y'all ready?
No, give me a second because it's right there. I just don't know the boy's first name. Damn. No, it's Juwan Howard, Jalen Rose. So Juwan Howard, Jalen Rose, Chris Webber.
JK and
Jimmy was Jimmy King another one?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
RJ.
I got something for you too, Matt. I got some NFL coming for you, Matt.
So Juwan Howard, Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Jimmy King. And Ray Jackson.
Okay, boom. You hit it. Okay.
Let's go.
Matt, we throwing the NFL. This might be easy. This might be too easy.
Let's go.
It might be too easy for you. Who was the youngest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Youngest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, that was too easy. That was too easy for you. That was too easy.
Ben Roethlisberger.
That was way too easy. That was
a lot of people like Tom Brady.
Matt cannot stand Ben Roethlisberger, yo.
Okay, I got one for you. This might throw you off. Who is the second NFL quarterback that holds the career most passing yards? The second, not the first.
The second. Who is it behind?
We know the first is Tom Terrific.
Who's the leader in that?
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Say the question again.
So it would be Drew Brees.
Damn, that shit was too easy.
I was just about to say that, but I wanted to hear the question again.
Yeah, you brought up Drew Brees on the channel the other day. That's why I said let me throw a Drew Brees one in there. Let me throw a Drew Brees. All right, y'all. This too easy for you.
Drew Brees, Purdue.
I got one. Purdue. Who is the only player that has recorded a quadruple double in a single game?
A quadruple double?
A quadruple double in a single game.
It's definitely not Bill Russell.
Oh my god. I've seen this stat before.
It's not Wilt. It's a big man, ain't it?
It's a big man. I give you that. It's a big man.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
We in the 70s, 1970s. Yeah, it's not Kareem. It's not Kareem.
Oh, you got to talk about Kareem. Kareem was definitely one of the top players in the 70s when he played at Milwaukee before he went to LA.
He played on the West. He played on the West. I give you that much.
Was it Lucas?
Mm-mm.
A quadruple?
A quadruple double.
No, Akeem Olajuwon played in the 80s.
Yeah, that's in the 80s. That's definitely not 70s. A
Lou
quadruple
Reed?
double?
Lou Reed, Willis Reed.
Y'all ready?
Oh, no, that's East Coast. That's East Coast. That's right. You said West Coast.
Yeah, you said West Coast. This is the only player that did it?
Elgin Baylor?
Matt, I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a double hint. He played on two teams. He played on Golden State and he played for Atlanta. I mean, not Atlanta, Chicago. He played for Golden State and he played for Chicago. 1970s. Now, that's a hell of a hint I just dropped. Well, it's been, y'all probably still wouldn't know. This is a good one.
You said the Chicago Bulls, because I'm thinking of the past Chicago Bulls in the 70s. My dad used to talk about them a lot.
If he
did he play?
He was a big man for the Chicago Bulls.
Did he play with Mike Jordan? Did he play with
this not. I got y'all, man. We go this good. All right, this is Nate Thurman. Thurman.
I was just yo, my dad was just talking about him the other day.
And I swear to God, I knew I was like, your dad like that. I knew he'd say his name.
My dad was just talking about him over the weekend, like dead ass, yo. That's crazy.
No, that didn't even pop in my head. I wasn't even thinking that. I ain't gonna front.
No, because I remember because when my dad, like when he talked to my uncle and stuff on the phone, they talk old school basketball all the time.
Oh yeah.
And talking about Nate Thurman, talking about how my dad was watching the game when he just scored that quadruple double. So just tell him my age too, how old my dad.
All right, just one more. Let me get one more before we dive in. In 2013, who set a record for most touchdowns in a single season?
Are you serious? You know what? No, do you know it? Do you know it?
What's the question?
In 2013, what quarterback set the touchdown?
No, not quarterback. No, not quarterback. No, we talking about receiver.
Oh, receiver.
Most touchdowns.
Randy Moss?
No.
Well, I know.
I'm gonna drop a super hint in a minute. I'm gonna drop a super hint for y'all.
I really don't know because I really don't care. It's 2013. My memory ain't good like that. So I mean, I'm more of a college. I mean, I like the NFL, but I'm big on college football. So.
It's Megatron. He got it. It's Megatron.
Megatron.
I wanted to see if Dion could guess it.
Nah, I was not.
That's just the start. That's just the start. I'm
just gonna be honest. I was not going to guess that. I'm going to be
completely honest. Detroit. That's why I hurried up and said Detroit before you said anything.
Yeah,
it's fine.
So you know. I don't know what Detroit.
That's why I said that's close to you.
Yeah, Megatron. Okay, it's cool.
Artist Gilmore, RC. No, RC. He wants to know that. RC. He wants to know about Thurman.
Oh, why am I? My hand's acting like that. Okay. I mean, I already have two NBA topics outside of James Harden. And the one topic for me is this. Will Kyrie and Luka duo work in Dallas? And the only reason why I say this is because I know that they're talking about how he want to talk to the Suns and go over there. But if he stays, right? If he stays with Dallas, how would this duo work? Like, what do Dallas have to do to make this duo work? Do they need to go out and get role players? Do they need to go out and get a third option? What needs to happen for the Dallas Mavericks to keep these two together? And if those two can stay together, how will it work?
No, RC, I didn't beat you by a second. I knew as soon as he said 2013, and he corrected me with wide receiver. Oh, I knew exactly who he was talking about. Bro, Calvin Johnson Jr., literally probably one of my favorite wide receivers of all time. That's why I like DK Metcalf so much. I like that prototypical wide receiver. All right, sorry guys, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I
was just saying like how.
I don't think.
You're breaking up, brother. You're breaking up.
You're breaking up, bro.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
He got that North Carolina signal.
That North Carolina, I want to ring. Take your shirt off, swing it on your ears, like a helicopter. North Carolina.
Can y'all hear me now?
Doors and big swinging rims. Shit.
You should be able to hear you now. I mean, yeah, we should be able to hear you now.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, bro, they both gotta have the ball in their hands to kind of be at that top of the if they can. To make that work, if they did sit together, you're gonna have to fuck.
You good? You good now? Keep going.
You have to bring it like a Draymond Green.
You fading in and out.
So
I'm gonna give you my take real quick while Book goes ahead and gets his stuff together real quick. So I think it's gonna be hard for it to work, man, because you got two guys that can handle, move, and facilitate. Now, if they can gel together and work and find a 1-2 punch that they like, if they find a combo of plays that they like running together, and they can both feed off each other, whoever gets open gets the ball. If they can play like that continuously without being a me player all the time, be a us type player, I think they could both do some damage in this league. Because how are you going to stop them? How are you going to stop them?
Now you gotta think about it. It's been a half a season since those two played with each other. They didn't play a full season together, if I'm not mistaken. Was it like mid-season where Kyrie Irving got traded, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
I think you just need to give it time.
I mean,
you gotta see
what happens.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta see what happens with this duo. If you look at it, if you bring in a facilitator, so both of them, even though Kyrie likes to bring the ball up, he's a true ball handler, but I think you need a facilitator to get them the ball in the spots that they need to. Yes, I know Luka likes to bring the ball up too, but I feel like they have to figure out how to coexist. And I think you need a full season to understand and how to make them coexist at that time. So
yeah, I think in the system, it's like the fans are like hurry, and the franchise is like just wait, let's hurry up, wait, and you know what I mean? Like it's just like life. Sometimes you just gotta wait and see.
Right.
Wait and see how it goes. Just, because look, I'm gonna remain positive until there's no reason to be positive, and somebody demands a trade and somebody wants to be out of that. Until then, I'm gonna keep it as look. They're gonna try to work together, and if they do, yeah, if they can do a 1-2 punch, man, they can be devastating in this.
What's that loud?
Yeah, every now I'm still breaking up. Bro, I don't fucking know.
So he came in the league. What was that? 1997 or? Nowitzki.
Yeah, it was like 90. It was like 97. I think right after that 96 draft, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's either 97 or 98. Yeah, but he came in the 90s for sure. I had an NBA video game and he was a rookie on it. So I don't remember what year, but I know it was definitely in the 90s.
Yeah, I think it was 97 if I'm not mistaken. But like Book was saying, like even if you can bring in a Draymond Green to come over to Dallas, I think that would be big for them. And Draymond Green's not the type of person that's a scorer, but he could definitely bring you, up pace, get the rebound, get the ball out, and get your rebounds.
I'd be worried about him punching one of them too.
Now, one thing I say, Kyrie no punk. Kyrie no punk. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't. And Luka, he come from overseas. They no punks.
I wouldn't fuck with that boy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's no punk or nothing. But
no, I mean, like I said,
Y'all hear me better now?
It depends.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what was you saying about the whole Luka and Kyrie duo?
I mean, I feel like it could work out if they could bring in like a Draymond. Like, you need somebody that can gel that team together. Like Draymond is one of them pieces. It's not really a lot of other people. Like, they done tried the Christian Wood thing. They tried the Porzingis thing. I mean, well, not with Kyrie there, but I just feel like they already tried these players. Like, they can bring in Draymond. He could make that work. I feel like bringing him in, he could definitely, he would be the piece of that puzzle to get that team to where they need to be. But if they can't get
bringing Kuzma too. I mean, could you imagine them bringing in Draymond Green and Kuzma? Draymond played a 5, Kuzma played a 4. Yeah. I mean, you're going to get good defense. I'm just spitballing. Go ahead.
Oh no, but I mean that was really I just feel like that's the only way I feel like they can make that work, bro. Honestly.
Now I could say this. Even though Christian Wood, I don't think he played a whole full season with them either. But I know they're not going to re-sign him back to the Dallas Mavericks. But I can say this: it's only been a half a season with Kyrie and Luka. I think for people to say that could this duo work, I think you need to give it time. Even though if Kyrie stays with Dallas, which I think he will, I don't think he's going to go to the Phoenix Suns, because for me, I think Kyrie's going to want the max, and the Phoenix Suns doesn't have that money to give him the max. Even though if you look at they get the Bradley Beal contract over there now, especially with Kevin Durant contract, especially Devin Booker's contract, they just don't have the money to sign Kyrie Irving, and I think it doesn't make sense for Kyrie to go over there when you have already 2 guards in Booker and Beal. That means Kyrie has to come off the bench.
Do feel like They technically do feel like they don't have a point guard, though. I mean, that is kind of the situation over there. Like, you do have Beal, he can play the 1. You do have Booker, he can play the 1. But neither one of these guys are point guards. Both of these guys are really shooting guards.
Exactly. But my thing is this: now you have Beal.
Hold on. And I'll be honest with you. Like, if I'm that coach, you know what I'm doing? Kevin Durant's going to be my point guard. I'd rather facilitate through Kevin Durant. Like Kevin Durant working.
I mean, that's how I do.
Because that's what you need to do. You need to work at Durant's speed. If Durant's going to pick up pace, then he's going to push it. If Durant wants to slow it down to get better looks and to get people open, I mean, dude, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. And Kevin Booker can definitely facilitate too. So even just having them two handle the ball 90% of the time, with Beal being a spot-up shooter, bro, Beal will have movement. Beal will move. He's done it before. That's how he gets open a lot. I mean, let's be honest with you. He played on the Wizards, and he still put up points every single night. So, I mean, you got to give that to him, especially on that team where he's going to be.
I like that too,
man. I promise you, bro. It's going to be thunder, lightning, and fucking hail. And Bradley Beal is the hail.
Then you give DeAndre Ayton his one-on-ones. You give Ayton his one-on-ones. You feel me? You have to make they 4 basically play all the way out to wherever with KD is. Yeah, I can see that working. And
then the whole thing is now you're playing big. So now they got to match up. So who's that point guard going to be on the court? So now you're taking away usually one of their best defenders. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be nasty. And they got a good coach there that could possibly do some nasty stuff on the offense. And the fact that he is a damn good he's a good defensive coach. That's a plus. But let's see what he can do with his offense, because that's what's more intriguing. Because, brother, let's be honest, how many teams can put up 110 points every night? And if you can average 110 points in this league, you can be a dominant team in this league.
Hey, what's going on, Snowman Multimedia? What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, Snowman?
What's up? Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. Shout out to
Kevin
everybody in the chat.
Burns, Stephanie, RC's always in here.
Yeah, David Burns, Dominique Five, Anthony Estrada. No,
you can hear me. You can hear me now.
Yeah.
No, I was doing I remember those old school commercials.
Everybody get off the Wi-Fi. Nobody on the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
I know. That's why I don't even like. When we were talking about James Harden, I knocked my damn cord out because it pissed me off. So I knocked my damn cord out. I was like, oh man, I got to go back to Wi-Fi. Let me plug this up real quick. And I know the Wi-Fi ain't great, but I was going to talk about free agency, but we already like almost an hour in, so I was going to talk a little bit about the method. I'm just going to say the names, the names of the 10 intriguing free agents that nobody is talking about when it comes to here. So the first players they have is Javon Carter from the Milwaukee Bucks, another guy. So that he shoots. I mean, from what I see, he's still he's a point guard. He's standing at 6'1".
He played defense too.
He's a great defensive player as well. So Javon Carter is definitely number one. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. He was on Detroit. I think it's called Hamadou Dalio. I don't know if it's pronounced his name correctly.
I think you said it right.
But he shot 48.5% from his mid-range jumpers. When it comes to that. So I mean, they say the best destination for Javon Carter is Boston, Dallas, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and Toronto. And for Dalio, they say in Boston, Dallas, Indiana, Sacramento, and Utah for the best scenarios. An early bird restricted out of Chicago. They have Ayo Dasamuyu, if I said that correctly. Another point guard that's out there. Of course, you have the big money candidates like Russell Westbrook, with Kyrie Irving, Fred VanVleet, and all those guys. But he's only 23 years old. He's very young, but he shot 32% from his threes. But it was a mediocre Chicago Bulls basketball team at that time. But if they do cut loose, I mean, it's gonna be worth the qualifying offer of 5.2. But they say in Boston, Dallas, Minnesota, San Antonio, and Washington for him. Another Chicago Bulls guy is Javonte Green. Javonte Green is another one that they're talking about. A 6'4", great defensively. But they say in Boston, Dallas, Golden State, Miami, Milwaukee for him. Trey Lyles, number 5 from Sacramento, is another guy a lot of people are not talking about, where he shot 37% up in his spot up threes. Names like PJ Washington, Grant Williams, they both restricted. Maybe even a Cameron Johnson restricted, should be also featured with Trey Lyles. But they say in Boston, Brooklyn, Indiana, New Orleans, and Sacramento for him. Jalen McDaniels from the Philadelphia 76ers. That's another one that they're talking about. Another spot-up shooter when it comes to the Philadelphia 76ers. They say Denver, Philadelphia, Lakers, Sacramento, and Utah. And
Golden State. I would throw Golden State in there.
I can see Jalen McDaniels in Denver. I really could see that.
That would be a good fit for him.
Especially if they lose Bruce Brown.
Brown, picking him up.
If they lose Bruce Brown, I can see Jalen McDaniels over there.
And it's crazy because when we was in the playoffs with them, we picked him up, and you was like, you really didn't kind of like that. I thought like he was going to be that Bruce Brown type of player, but he just didn't produce that much offense. As like he really didn't produce.
But that's the type of Rivers rotation as well.
He didn't get that many chances.
He did. But yeah.
It comes with rotation.
But I feel like as a player,
you get 5 minutes for 2 games. Like you don't get to gel with I'm sorry. Like you give him 5 minutes for 10 games. Okay, then you got decent looks at him. You gave him multiple chances to compete and to show what you got. Like I mean, even the Lakers gave what's his name more chances when he produced the one game. It was like, all right, you know what? We gonna trust him, and that's the whole thing. Like they didn't put the trust in him.
I feel like positional wise though, Well, if you playing behind PJ Tucker, shit, all I gotta do is really play defense and score 4 points, score 2 more points than you, and I should get minutes. Because
for me, I just feel like Jalen McDaniels is more athletic than PJ Tucker. I think he could do more than just be a spot up shooter like PJ Tucker is.
He is.
Okay.
They have another Philadelphia 76er on here too, and that is Shake Milton. Yeah, I'm really mad how the Philadelphia 76ers treated Shake Milton after Doc Rivers got there. How you go from being a rotational player to not getting in at all. That's the part I never understood when Doc Rivers got here. Because when Shake Milton, in times where he had to start, Shake Milton put up double-digit numbers. That's one thing. Even though his game was a little slow, but I think he's very effective. But the teams that they do say that for him is Boston, Charlotte, Minnesota, back to Philadelphia, or Phoenix as a role player. I can see him in Phoenix coming off the bench. I don't want him back in Philadelphia. I think he needs to get his shine somewhere else. That's just me.
He sounds like a Wizards type of player.
Shake Milton is definitely not a Wizards type of player. Absolutely not.
It was a joke.
I know, but I'm just saying we're gonna put some respect on Shake Milton now. Come on, man.
But I'm saying that is definitely a Wizards pickup. Go grab a guy who went from a rotational player that was giving you good looks to like, bro. We've scooped plenty of guys over the years to play point guard in our secondary group. We've had a bunch of them that's played decent for other teams. Come to us, play as our sixth man, have a decent year, and then go somewhere else.
I mean, most Philadelphia 76ers players that leave Philadelphia actually do better somewhere else. I'm just throwing it out there from the history from what I saw from being a Sixers fan. Dario Saric. Saric is another one that's out there that's with Oklahoma City last year. After he tore his ACL, he wasn't the same. We all know.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Sarge is he not that no more.
Because Sarge was good when he was in Philadelphia, and then he came over to Phoenix and went on that championship run, and it really hurt their chances of winning the championship when he got hurt. But they say in Brooklyn, Denver, Golden State, Miami, and San Antonio for Sarge.
I can see Brooklyn. You putting him out there because he can still shoot. So,
right. I just think that
the athleticism might not be what it was, but again, like you don't have to be fast. You just have to be, smart. That's all. If you can be smart with the ball, you can make smart plays and you can play team basketball, and you can win.
At number 9, they have Matisse Thybulle, which is a restricted agent, restricted free agent, not unrestricted. So they have Matisse Thybulle here, but it says Dallas, Indiana, Portland, Utah, and Washington for Matisse Thybulle. I'm gonna be honest with you now. Matisse Thybulle's not going to give you double-digit numbers. Let's just go keep it honest. But if you want a defensive player and not an offensive player, you go get a Matisse Thybulle. That's
a Washington type player. That's a Washington type player. I can see him going up.
Matt, you agree with that?
Because you got Jordan Poole, like a lot of y'all guys want to take the shots. Y'all don't really have no defense.
We've got 6 wings. We got 6 wings on the team right now.
But Matisse Thybulle could play he could defend anybody on the floor. He really can. But I get it. You got like 1,000
we need
one roster.
We need big men. We drafted one big guy and a wing. After that, so it went from having 5 wings. Now we got 6 wings. Sound like I'm talking about a chicken box, but I'm about to say
6 chicken wings and French fries or something to catch up. I was just about to say something, brother. Like, listen, make me hungry right now. Talking about some 6 wings. Listen, I want to order some 6 wings. Listen to me, man. Listen to me, buddy. Number 10 is Yuta Wanatanabe. If I say it,
Wanatembe.
Wanatembe. Listen, I butcher names so badly. They just need to come.
I just happen to know his name for some reason.
People, name your kids easier names.
All right, please do. They say he's 6'9", he's only 28 years old. But they say in Cleveland, Dallas, Indiana, Memphis, and Sacramento for him.
You said Cleveland, Dallas, and Sacramento?
Yeah, Cleveland, Dallas, Indiana, Memphis, and Sacramento. The bone wings and fries. I don't care for boneless wings. I'm sorry, Anthony Estrada. I gotta have the bone in. I'm sorry.
See,
if I do the bone in, it gotta be drumsticks, no flats.
I'll say this. Homemade by hand chicken strips.
Boneless one.
with some like hot honey and Old Bay. Oh my God, bro!
See, all right, man. You know how to eat, man. You know how to eat,
Listen
man.
to me, bro. I mean, look, it is what it is, but and then
I'm just not a boneless wing person. I
The
don't
hot
care
honey though.
I don't care if they homemade or not. I'm just not a boneless. I gotta have the bone in. I'm sorry.
Look, man. I'm from North Carolina, bro. Like that Carolina Q.
Yeah, man, come on, bro.
That's
D-Hop, what you mean? Now I get with the bone in, but what you could just bite the whole thing? You ain't got to worry about spitting no bone out. No, you just go ahead and smash the whole thing. Just
but hold on. Come on now. You tell me, man, you ain't never had one of them nights where you like, nah, man, I want some chicken. Like, nah, bro. You
Facts.
Chicken wings, bro.
Listen, I just had some honey mustard teriyaki wings from this spot, the chicken spot I had. When I tell you that was my first time ever trying a honey mustard teriyaki sauce, I was in there to die for. Like what?
See, Tom Kobe said flats all day.
I'll say this. Shout out to my mother-in-law and my wife because, bro, I stayed with. I mean, fried fish, fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like all kinds of seafood.
It gotta be buttermilk chicken for me. It gotta be the buttermilk.
Oh man, like bro,
buttermilk deep fried.
Any type of Cajun food, man. They be making the roux from scratch. All man, bro, I get taken care of. Cream and crab soup all day long.
Listen, now I'm hungry. Like my stomach is growling.
I think we all hungry now. We got an hour left, fellas. We got an hour left. Then we gonna go ahead and chow.
This is the BW3 orange chicken flavor fire. I had orange chicken before, but it's okay. It's not one of my favorites, but I'll eat it. You know, I'll eat it. But
if we talking like that, I mean, what is it? General Tao's chicken?
General Tao, whatever it is. I just say General Chicken. They know what I'm talking about when I go to the corner.
Oh, man,
they know what I'm talking about,
bro. And the one that's usually like the spicy bourbon chicken, and you get that over the noodles. Oh, bruh.
But I want to talk about
hold on. I want to hear your NFL tight ends. We did tight ends yesterday. I want to hear your tight ends.
I didn't know you did tight ends. No, because I looked on CBS Sports and I know I was going to piss you off.
Oh no, I know. Book took shots at me too. You don't worry, he took his shots. That's all right. I know. At the end of the year, when my team's still playing, I'm gonna be all right.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can
go ahead with your tight end.
I'm about to
CBS. You get it from CBS too?
Yeah, this is from CBS as well. I'm trying to find it right now because I literally just had it. So let me go here.
We're gonna get one segment where we just gonna have to piss them off.
Yeah, of course. Hold up, let me see.
You sound like Zion Williams' dreams. Oh, no, I don't think that's his dreams no more. That's what I'm saying. He might be coming back in the league in different shape.
All right, so here we go. I got it. Ranking the top 10 tight ends of 2023. And you want to go from 1 to 10 or 10 to 1?
Oh, 10 to 1. Let's count them down.
All right, so number 10 is Kyle Pitts.
Okay, I mean, he definitely going that's pretty close to where he should be at. He might be up a little.
Number 9 is Dalton Schultz.
Low.
Okay.
Now he's not with the Dallas Cowboys anymore, but he is with the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
So that's number 9. Number 8 is David Njoku. David Njoku from the Cleveland Browns is number 8.
That's tough to put Pitts behind him. That's tough.
Only thing about Pitts is that he just got to stay healthy. That's the only thing.
I mean, I know, but you're guaranteed to go into this year him being the number 2 option on that team. Guaranteed in the pass game. He's the number 2 option in the pass game.
I am surprised at number 7 here. So right now is 10 is Kyle Pitts, 9 is Dalton Schultz, 8 is David Njoku, and number 7. Pat Fierdemuth, whatever how you pronounce his name.
Oh, from the Steelers?
Tight end from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
He nice though. Man. Yeah, he nice.
Yeah, with 98 targets with 63 receptions, 732 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Number 6, another guy that don't be available, Darren Waller at number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Man, had to take a beer on that one.
Definitely should be on the back half of this list. Like I can.
All right, y'all ready for the top 5? Or y'all want to talk more about the first 5?
Now let's get the top 5. Let's get them top end. Let's get the top end, man. Come on, what's up with the
All right,
top
so
5?
the top end, number 5 is T.J. Hockenson at number 5.
Okay, that boy.
Number 4, you have Dallas Goedert at number 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, Mark Andrews at number 3.
Respect on that name. I mean,
Of
I know.
course,
I know.
Y'all should know the 2 and 1.
Yeah, so I like
2 and 1.
the top 5.
2 is George Kittle, and number 1 is Travis Kelce.
Yeah, that's about right.
Like the first 3, money. After that, that shit gets muddled as hell. I'm surprised that they ain't trying to sneak a cowboy on that bitch.
I mean, Dalton Schultz was a former Cowboy. We got to remember that. So you're going off of last
season. Again, he ain't no more. He ain't a cowgirl no more. He ain't no fucking cowgirl no more. Shit.
But I'm surprised, like I told Matt yesterday, that Evan Ingram from Jacksonville is not on there.
Only reason why he's not on there because if you look at the time that he was with New York and this is his first time in Jacksonville, I think they need to see it. They need to see more consistency out of Evan Ingram in Jacksonville than they did when he was with the New York Giants. But I get it though. I thought he had a great year last year.
Yeah, he played great.
So how do you feel about the list overall? Like, is there anybody that you will put on this list and you will take off?
Njoku, I feel like it come off.
Yeah, Njoku falls off.
So if Njoku falls off, then who would you replace him with?
Go ahead, bud.
Ooh, I mean, that's what I said. I would throw Evan in there. I would throw Evan in there. I would. Oh, go ahead, Dion.
Only reason why I said you can't do that, I mean, if you look at Njoku's numbers from last year, I mean, he was targeted 80 times. He had 58 receptions, 628 yards, and 4 touchdowns. I don't know what Ingram numbers was last year, but just looking at it here, I mean, that's pretty.
Ingram had 123. He had 100. Ingram had 123 targets. He was ranked.
I'll put Dawson Knox.
Oh, I like Knox.
Now that's somebody I could talk about. Now you could put Dawson Knox there.
He was in my list yesterday. That's why I thought Boog was gonna shout him out because he said Ingram, and I thought he was gonna pull out the Knox.
I didn't want to go that far.
Yeah, definitely Dawson Knox, bro. Buffalo Bills. Come on, bro. Like I'm sorry, but dude, his role and what he's done there and what he's built on there, like he's got a good quarterback. Josh Allen is definitely a good quarterback.
Me personally, I would take Waller off and put Dawson Knox there. If you're going based off last season, I'm putting Knox on there than Waller. Waller barely play last season, so how can you put him in the top 10? I understand he's still out of the top 5 because I know a couple of years ago he was considered probably one of the top 3 tight ends, top 4 tight ends in the league until he got hurt.
But if he plays healthy all year, you don't think he's gonna put up numbers?
I mean,
that's
uncertain at this point.
I mean, but the whole thing is, again, I'm guessing this is all based off of if they play. This is who's going to be the best. This is the list of the best guys, and I get why Waller's on there because if he does play, he's freaking phenomenal. Like he is. He was great, and maybe it was just Derek Carr, but I think he can still make a lot of good plays if he is healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I
understand if they're all
going off based off last year. If he does ball out, then he deserves to be on the list. But I'm just going off based off last year because, like I said, I need that T-shirt done. The best ability is availability. I mean, I need that T-shirt done because I say that all the time. Just make like I say for Kyle Pitts, and I'm known Kyle Pitts. He played in Philadelphia. He played at Florida, and he never had no injuries until he got into college. I mean, to the Atlanta Falcons. If he could play a full season, Kyle Pitts should be higher than 10. So I mean, I think that's a pretty. I mean, as far as the top 5 go, I think that's pretty solid. I mean, if you look at Hawkinson. Of course, Dallas Goedert. Everybody thought Dallas Goedert was not going to be that same tight end after they got rid of Zach Ertz, but he came in and still filled that role after Zach Ertz left. Of course, Mark Andrews is right there. Of course, George Kittle is there. And of course, Travis Kelce is there. That's just the obvious. They are the top 3 tight ends in this league that cannot be defended at all.
Look, I mean, listen, my argument and my only argument would be Mark Andrews is better by just that much over Kettle because Mark Andrews can block better. That's it. That's what they can do the same things 100% almost exactly as good as each other, except the block. And that's the thing that I think gets underlooked the most is how much help that Mark Andrews has given the Ravens offensive line over the past few years, especially considering how bad our offensive line was. Like he doesn't get a lot of mentions for that. And Mark Andrews is a dog when it comes to having to block. He definitely chips the edge rushers. He definitely helps. And like I said, to me, being a tight end, blocking is definitely a big thing when it comes to stats.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know if Book would agree with me here, but I'm not too sure. But I mean, I feel like they if you want to go about top 10 tight ends, I think everything besides your receptions and yards and touchdowns, I think blocking should be involved in that as well as a stat category to consider if you're a top 5 tight end or not.
When Jimmy Graham, I know you guys remember back when Jimmy Graham played in the slot for like 80% of a year, or maybe not 80%, but it was close. It was like it was the majority of the year he played in the slot. Not lined up on the line. And so that's why he wanted more money and he didn't want to be categorized as a tight end. And it was like, look, bro, you didn't block at all. You know what I'm saying? And then when you were lined up on the edge, what did you do? You didn't block. So what did we do? We pushed you out to the slot because why not?
I got a question though. So if we count blocking, Mac, this is a good one for you, Mac. If we count blocking, Josh Oliver, hell of a blocker at tight end.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying?
We stay with good blocking tight ends. And who did we pick him up from? Who dropped him?
The boys. Yeah.
Did you see who dropped him? Who drafted Josh Oliver?
Who drafted?
Was it? It was either the Jaguars.
I think it was. It looked like Minnesota.
So Minnesota drafted him.
Minnesota drafted him.
Mm-hmm.
I knew we scooped him from somebody. And now look, he just signed with somebody else in free agency. Hopefully,
but if you just look at Baltimore tight ends in itself, they always have good tight ends.
Now,
that's what I'm saying. Look, Isaiah Likely.
Likely is one of them. He one of them ones.
I mean, it goes back to Shannon Sharp play for y'all.
Say that again.
It goes back with Shannon Sharp play for y'all.
Oh yeah, I mean, bro, you know how many like? Oh no. I mean, we by the grace of God, Shannon Sharp came here. Shannon Sharp doesn't come here, we don't win that Super Bowl. We don't. 100%. I think that's one of the things that he is undervalued a lot when you're talking about Hall of Fame guys that were just so goddamn good. Like, bro, he could have kept playing for years. He decided his physical health was worth more doing what he wants to do versus what he did love doing. But let's keep it real. You see his physique. You're telling me Mercedes Lewis can be out there on the field? You think he couldn't have made it to 45? You think he couldn't have made it to 47? Bro, come on now. I mean,
the body don't lie. The specimen don't lie. I'm just saying.
Bro,
it don't lie at all.
What you call he built different. Okay? And there's been plenty of guys. There's been a real handful of guys that played the game for 20 plus years, and
especially
really,
at the tight end position. I think that's a really tough position to play. You know, being a blocker and a pass catcher, like that's a lot. You know, especially to play 20 plus years in that position by itself. And no, not tight end turn to receiver or receiver turn to tight end. We talk about the tight end position in itself, where you got drafted at. That is a tough position. It's really tough. So
yeah, that was a pretty good segment. CBS 1 point for you. 1 point for you.
All right, so CBS is back at it again with the top 25 players under the age of 25.
I like this one.
So it says, like, let's get the rundown of what we're talking about here before we make this list. It says, why the age of 25 cutoff? It says, generally speaking, the top players entering the ages at the age of 20 or 21. That means that the list essentially doubles as a ranking of a top player that's still in their rookie deals or deserving of new contracts. And then it says, what's the actual cutoff? So the players are eligible if they are 25 or younger when going into the 2023 season that begins September 7th. Is anyone else excluded? It says this year's rookies. Our focus is on players who have already established themselves in the NFL. And it says what goes into the ranking. It says past performance, future projection, and to a lesser degree, a positional value. At the end of the day, is going to be where guys stand out right now and where they think they're headed. So this is top. So y'all got the rundown of what we're looking for here.
Yeah.
So it's different positions. So number 25, Justin Fields. He's 24 years old. He's a former first round pick. You know, he definitely had if you look at him on the ground, I mean, he's definitely a good quarterback. He's on a bad team. But 25 is Justin Fields. 24 is Amon St. Brown, wide receiver from the Detroit Lions. He's 23 years old.
Pay him.
Number 23, huh?
I said pay him. Go ahead, you can continue.
I have number 23.
Justin Fields. I'm gonna leave Justin Fields alone. You know what I'm saying? Like
we'll come back to it.
We're gonna wait and see what they're gonna do this year. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give him a wait and see. He got weapons. We'll see. Let's see.
I really want to see what the offensive line can do to protect him because I don't want him running for his life 90% of the snaps.
Agreed.
That's another thing too.
I ain't got much to say about it. Like, look, dude, right. I hope he goes and balls out, but you know what I mean. Like, it's neither here nor there for me. I'm not swayed either way.
Number 23 is T. Higgins, wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's 24 years old. Number 22, Penei Sewell, offensive tackle from Lions. He's 22 years old. Number 21, Devontae Smith, Philadelphia Eagles. He's 24 years old.
Pay the man.
Garrett Wilson, number 20, New York Jets. He's 23 years old. Then you have I'm surprised he's on here, but I'm not really surprised. But Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle from the Chargers. He's 24 years old. Then you got Quentin Williams at 18, defensive tackle for the Jets. He's 25. Number 17, DK Metcalf.
Pay that motherfucker. Like, give that man the bag.
Seahawks, 25 years old. Number 16 of Josh Jacobs, running back from the Raiders, 25 years old. Number 15.
Pay that motherfucker. Pay that man. Pay that man. Pay that man.
Oh, you might want to say this for the next guy too. At number 15, Jonathan Taylor, running back from the Colts, 24 years old.
Pay the man.
Number 14, Jalen Waddle, wide receiver for the Dolphins, 24.
That's what I need to hear.
That's a wait and see. That's a wait and see. That's a wait and see.
Number
13, he gonna get that bag.
Number 13, Trayvon Diggs, cornerback from the Cowboys, at age of 24. I just want to see Mac face.
Trayvon should be on there, bro. With
Number 12, Trevor Lawrence, quarterback Jaguars, 23 years old at number 12.
I'm just saying, hold on. Just Trevor Lawrence, and then you think of Trayvon, right? Neck to neck. And when we're talking about talent, you think they're on subpar? You think they're close in talent? I don't think like Diggs is good. He's good, and he's had some really good plays, but I've also seen him get burnt a bunch of times. So I agree he should be on this list. I don't think he should be this high on this list. I'm not that mad. I'm not that mad at where he's at, but I just don't think that he should have been this high.
Number 11, Creed Humphreys, center from the Chiefs. He's 24 years old.
Lights out. Pay that man.
We in the top 10 now. Here we go. Number 10, CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
I mean, he already getting paid though.
Number 9, Tristan Wirfs, offensive tackle for the Buccaneers, 24 years old.
Oh, he a dog.
Number 8, Patrick Surtain, corner from the Broncos, 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I think he will be back.
Number 7, Sauce Gardner, cornerback from the Jets at 23 years old.
Yes, sir. That boy Sauce Gotti.
Back that truck up, man. Back the truck up.
And number 6, Justin Herbert, quarterback Chargers. He's 25 years old.
Pay that man. Pay that man.
Yeah, because they have been talking about contract talks with him too.
Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, he's already shown me better skill than Phillip Rivers did, and you had Phillip Rivers for years,
We had
bro.
for dog years at that.
So no, man. I do pay that guy. Pay that guy. All right, go ahead.
All right, so your top 5: Jamar Chase at number 5 at the age of 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Parsons, number 4 at 24 years old.
Yeah.
Number 3, Nick Bosa at number 3 at the age of 25 years old.
That's big money.
Jalen Hurts at number 2 at the age of 25 years old. And number 1, Justin Jefferson at 24 years old.
Yeah, bro. Justin Jefferson, and it's crazy, bro. Because he got drafted by the Vikings and how he plays. Who does he remind you of? Let's be real here. Who does he remind you of? Like when he plays, the style, the athleticism. Like, bro,
I mean, I would say Randy Moss plus the route running. Randy Moss wasn't a great route runner, but Justin Jefferson gives you a Randy Moss plus the route running.
That, I mean, but that's what I'm like, bro. The shit that he can do, Justin Jefferson is like, bro. If I couldn't get DK, Jefferson would be my number motherfucking 1 in the league right now, like hands down. Like that cat is bad, and yeah, he deserves to be number 1. Give that man his flowers, give him his applause, give him everything. Back the damn truck up. Matter of fact, sign the bank over to him.
Now, out of those players, right? I mean, I think Lamar Jackson's over 25. That's probably, I think, why he's not on this list. I think he's 26, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think about 26. So,
Yeah,
I mean, because I was thinking like Lamar Jackson's not on this list. I'm like, what's going on?
I wouldn't even be worried about that. I wouldn't even be worried about that, brother. Man, I caught a couple videos this morning that popped up on my phone when I got notifications. I sent y'all a video. And he already over there working out with Flowers. Like, they're already getting that connection down. So, bro,
so y'all don't feel like Tyreek Woodland should have been on here?
Who?
From Tyreek Woodland from the Seahawks, the cornerback, 6'4" big boy. He had 6 interceptions last year.
Tariq Woolen. Oh, yeah. I mean,
they're
I
definitely.
think he should have. But
I didn't hear you say Woolen, Olave. I mean Chris Olave, AJ Terrell. It's a couple guys I feel like that definitely should have been on there.
But do you really think that AJ Terrell is better than a Patrick Surtain?
Yeah, nah, he's not better than PS2.
That's what I'm saying. Like Patrick Surtain is like one of the top young corners in the league that's really shut
the
down.
New Orleans Saint wide receiver could have definitely knocked a few.
Yeah, Chris Olave definitely could. Chris Olave definitely could have been there, and
Homeboy put up
even Drake London from the Atlanta Falcons.
And I feel like if you were doing all positions, what's the young guy from Tampa, Tristan, the big boy.
I said Tristan Wirfs.
Oh, you said him? Okay, all right, making sure.
Tristan Wirfs in the top 10. I think he was at number 8.
Was the other guy on there? Swell.
Oh yeah, Penei Sewell.
Yeah, he was on there. But Detroit.
He was in that first half, I think it was number 20 on that list.
Okay.
I mean, the whole thing is though, like, it don't matter where you put him on the list. I'm happy he's on the list.
Yeah,
he deserves to be on the list. Like,
Chris, they should have gave wide receivers.
Like
they should have gave more wide receivers some love.
Humphrey was on the list. Creed Humphrey played lights out, bro.
Who else? Humphrey deserving of this list? I'm sorry.
What other receivers though, D-Hop?
I mean, outside of Drake London and Chris Olave under 25. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't know. I mean,
what about Gabriel? What about Gabriel from Buffalo? He put up some numbers. I know he had a couple back-to-back games where he had over 100 yards. I know because he did it to us.
I don't know about Gabriel over Drake London and Chris Olave. I don't know.
Well, no, not over them guys, but I'm talking about over some of the guys on this list. There's a couple guys.
They really show no tight ends, no love. They really didn't show no running backs, no love. I mean, they really show a lot of positions, no love. I mean, it was only one linebacker on this list, and that was Micah Parsons. And Micah Parsons played what? Linebacker / DN.
Yeah.
You could put some younger. I mean, you could put some other players in different positions. They ain't had no left. They had offensive tackle, but they ain't had no guards on this list either.
Dude, how old is Fred Warner? How old is Patrick Queen? Like, I mean,
I think
that means they gotta be over the age of 25 if they're not on this list. Jeez, but Justin Fields being 25, that makes sense until his team can win.
Patrick Queen is 23.
Really?
They did him wrong. Ooh.
Fred Warner.
I think Fred Warner is older than 25. I think he's been in the league longer than.
Okay, yeah, he's 26. He's 26.
Yeah, I knew Fred would have been in the league a little bit, not too long, but just a little bit. But Patrick Queen, 23, that's definitely a snub.
Tremaine Edmonds.
That's definitely a snub. I think Tremaine Edmonds is over 25.
He's 25. Bro,
yeah, that's a snub.
He just got signed by Chicago. Whoa.
That's a snub. I'm surprised about that one. I'm surprised. I thought he was a little bit older than that. A little bit older. But you know what though? Outside of Justin Fields, was he the only quarterback on this list? If I'm not mistaken, I don't think I heard any other quarterback outside of Justin Fields.
Yeah, that is the only quarterback he said.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I was not expecting that, but
what about Ed Oliver? Like, damn.
See, it's so many.
Even Cal Hamilton. Why's Cal Hamilton on there?
How old is your boy down there? How old is your boy down there with the Dolphins? The defensive tackle. What's his name?
Phillips. Damn, yeah, Phillips too.
Not even Phillips. I'm talking about the tackle, the defensive tackle, the big guy.
Not talking about
Christian Wilkinson.
Yeah, Wilkinson. Wilkinson. He got to be older than 25. He got to be older than 25. Is Wilkinson older than 25?
I don't know if he's older than 25. I don't know if he's older than 25. I doubt that.
27.
Oh yeah. He's 27 then. So that makes sense then.
But Phillips is one of them guys. Cal Hamilton. That's a couple guys.
He was rookie last year. And what about Hutchinson? What about Adrian Hutchinson?
Aiden Hutchinson didn't make this list.
Bro, let's stop. But please, let's stop, man. Let's stop.
You know there's a lot of Cowboys on this list.
Or shit, I even got to think now.
Point deducted CBS.
How do they put James Cook?
Point, you lost a point.
How do they put James Cook in the top trios and then don't put him on the list of the under 25?
Under 25, yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. CBS, get your shit together, man. You're either gonna be biased or you're gonna be unbiased.
Yeah,
you can't be both.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Now this is really going to piss Mac off. Then
Oh shit.
former Giant star said that Dak Prescott is preventing the Cowboys from winning the NFL championship. So the wideout won a Super Bowl ring that doubts Prescott will lead Dallas to an NFL title. Now it says former NFL wide receiver Plaxico Burress knows a thing about winning it all, of course, with the New York Giants defeating the New England Patriots in that year. And his former NFC East rivals, Plaxico Burress, says one player is holding the Dallas Cowboys back from hoisting the Lombard trophy, and that's Dak Prescott. This is the quote that he had to say. I believe he reached his ceiling as a quarterback with the Dallas Cowboys. They can win, but they won't win a championship with him. Burris said that earlier on a show called the Carton Show, which was on FS1.
Well, you know he's got a real itchy trigger finger. Okay, so I'm guessing taking hot takes and shooting it off is real easy for him to do, huh? But no, I like again anything can happen under the right system. Under the right circumstances. Same Dak Prescott could never. Come on, man. Can you predict it? You know what I mean? Can you predict the future? If you can't, then, saying stuff like that, like, what is it going to be extremely hard? Yeah. Do we doubt it can happen? Yeah. But to say it could never, again, be prepared to eat crow if it does happen, because they going to shovel that shit. You better hold your mouth open wide. But listen, and I'll say this, and I'll let you go, D-Hop.
Okay.
Prescott is not a great quarterback. He's not, but he can game manage, and he can play his game, which is not bad. But again, you have to put him in the right system to do that. And I'm sorry, if you had a real head coach and somebody to really figure out an offense that works for his players and not trying to form his players to his offense, you would have success with Dak Prescott. The fact that you haven't, and there's been plenty of examples in the league where people has had success running what works. Okay, everybody has done it in this league at some point or another. Okay, Dak Prescott can be a gamer when you turn it on, but you have to put him in a position to succeed. So far, he has not been in a full position. Yes, some of that has been on him because, yes, he does and has had talent around him. So it gets to a point to where there needs to be no more excuses. Now we're going to see this year. But does Dallas continue to hitch themselves to his wagon? By the end of this year, I think we'll find out.
I'm at a point where I don't think Dak Prescott wins the championship for the Dallas Cowboys. I think he could go somewhere else to win the championship. I just think it's just the stigma of being a Dallas Cowboy and all the pressure of you being a Dallas Cowboy quarterback. I just don't see Dak Prescott leading his team to win. I just feel like Mike McCarthy is just not the right coach in Dallas. That's another issue in itself because Mike McCarthy is just not a great play caller, and now he's taking over the play caller, knowing that Kellen Moore left for the Chargers OC job. So
if you can't win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, what makes you think we're gonna really believe you're gonna do it with Dak Prescott?
I mean, didn't he win one with Mike McCarthy? Aaron Rodgers, I'm not mistaken. Did they win one together?
Weren't they together for well over a decade?
Right. I was just saying that's the only one they have. Right.
One, and you in 8 years they had good defense or great defense. 8 of those years.
Right. Agreed.
So that's all I'm going to say with Mike McCarthy. If
Mike McCarthy
Rodgers, it's hard for the odds are stacked against him.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy's just not. He's just not it for the Dallas Cowboys, and I just feel like when it comes to Dak Prescott, I think he needs to get out of Dallas. I think he needs to go somewhere else and try to find his way to get a championship with another team. Because the more you stay with the Dallas Cowboys, the more you're just not going to win.
I'm not gonna lie. You know who I'd like to see get him next year? The Cardinals. That would be, and they can.
And you got to throw some weapons around that Cardinals
yeah,
offense.
of course, but I mean, they need, they need to get rid of that little toddler.
So, what's your thoughts on this, Bug, about this whole, what Plaxico Bird is saying about, Dak Prescott? Do you feel like he's right in this situation? Like, you think Dallas need to move on from Dak Prescott and look somewhere else?
I mean, I can't really say. I feel like you give him this season to see. I feel like you give him this season and then because I don't know, man. Like you said, it's like I guess the stigma that comes to being a Cowboy, but then at the same time too, it's like that's what makes it even better if he fucking wins one. So I don't know, man. I don't got really too much to say about Dak, bro. Honestly, like Dak, one of the players, he just kind of just fell off to me. Like I don't know. I kind of don't have too much to say about Dak. I don't see him like you said.
Do you think it's like because of since his tragic injury with that broken ankle, that broken leg, or whatever he had? You think he's a little bit timid in the pocket now because of that? Like, or do you feel like
but before that though, he was playing good, and shit, you had Zeke in his prime. Like, I don't know, bro. Maybe because injuries. Go ahead, Mac.
Man, I listen, and this is the David Burns too. Like, Dak is more of an average quarterback that can do some extra things a little, and he can turn it on because he's a gamer, right? But the whole thing is, in Dallas, all you need is an average quarterback. The problem is when you reach, when you and that's been Dak's biggest problem. If he doesn't reach so much, the interceptions are dropped almost in half. Okay, and then the whole playing from behind. And because you're making stupid decisions, and that's partially to blame on the coaching. So again, it's like if they come in there and they simplify the offense and they run what they do well, if they use Pollard, if they make a play action for CeeDee Lamb to get him open, literally run a basic offense. Stop making it complicated. When you overcomplicate things, that's when you fudge it up for real. And I think that's been one of the bigger problems. Like Kellen Moore, yeah, he's good, but it's not rocket science. Okay.
It's crazy that you bring up system. My bad, I mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Now it's just crazy that you brought up a system because earlier on ESPN, when that was a conversation, or if they go to a Super Bowl or not, they said they just feel like it was the coaching. They didn't really even blame Dak a lot. They just really said they feel like he under some bad coaching. I was like, okay, well, I guess when
you're talking about a team that can put up over 21 points on a regular basis,
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, and if you're scoring 21 or more, you're in that higher bracket. You are, because that means you have offense. Offense is the biggest thing. You have to be able to put points on the board. Now, defense, that's the plus side, because if you can stop them, obviously, you don't have to score as much to win, so it makes it a little easier on the game plan. But again, that's what I'm saying. They have the pieces to win it all. They've had it for a few years. Over the last decade, they've probably had it 2 or 3 times. Let's be honest here. They've had teams that if they played well and they played together, them teams should have won in the playoffs, and if not got to the championship, you know what I mean, or the Super Bowl. But
and I don't know
other things, coaching, all that stuff adds up. And again, you guys know I'm not a Cowboys fan at fucking all, but let's be real here though. They have had a good team for quite a few years, and they've retooled decently. Now I want to see if they can put it all together. I'm hoping that they have some young linebackers that are going to step up and start, become some names in this defense, because that's what they need. That's really what they're lacking, the middle of their defense. They need slot cornerback and they need a middle linebacker. Hopefully they got those in the draft, or they're retooling. Hopefully, but I see it as though if they get good play from their rookies, they can be a good team. If they can be a good team in their division, they can sneak into the playoffs. And if they can sneak into the playoffs, they have the option. If they come to play lights out, they can. Will they? Anybody's guess. But right. I'm just saying the option is there. Like
So I don't know if y'all saw, according to Bleacher Report, it says that the Lakers are eyeing Brooke
Brooke
Lopez.
Lopez, yeah. I wanted to break that earlier, but I'll be trying to,
Mm.
No, because we about to go into the next segment, but I'm surprised you ain't got as much trivia that Mac had yesterday.
I was trying to ease off and not, you know what I'm saying? Because we had got so much James Harden talking earlier, you know, kind
No,
of,
no, 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 no,
you
no,
know.
no. Keep
Okay,
bringing it on, man. Keep
okay,
bringing the trivia on.
okay. So for the Mac attack, man, because you might know this, who is an all-time leading rusher in NFL history?
That's easy.
Go ahead.
That's easy. No, he said it was for you. He didn't say it was for me. He said
Yeah,
it was
for the
for
Mac
you.
attack, but it's not who y'all think. I promise, it's not. It's not who y'all think. I promise it's not. It's some crazy shit.
The all-time leading rusher
No, all-time leading scorer. How
in
many?
NFL history.
Who has had the most points? Yes, in NFL history, who has scored the most points?
I know his last name is Mortensen. He's a kicker.
Damn, you hit it on the head. You hit it on the
Yeah.
head. Morton
I know
Anderson, yeah.
something Mortensen, right?
You confused me with how you
Yeah,
worded
all-time leading scorer in NFL history. Like because you can't really call them touchdowns. You get what I'm saying? So you can't really.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about running backs.
Nah, that's why I say a score because you can't really say it's touchdown. Okay, I'll give you another one. Who holds the record for most touchdowns in a single season?
But Darion Thomason.
I thought we did that one. Yeah, I did that one the other day, bro.
I didn't even know you did that. See, all right,
No, I
okay.
did that one the other day on the other show.
Good, Mac, and this is one I had guessed this guy for you the other day. So let's see if you got it. Who has the most sacks in a single season?
Who has the most sacks in a single season? So Michael Strahan.
First fucking guess. Too easy. I didn't come with the smoke. They're too fucking easy.
Oh,
Chat.
you
We got
Well. So JJ Watt should have broke it.
right
Because he should have got 22 sacks, but he should have got 23 sacks, but they counted it as half a sack, which is bull.
Yeah, because I think JJ Watt is in second for that. He's in second for that because of that half a sack. Oh yeah, you gotta do a little bit more research.
Okay, I got one more. I got one more. Who has the most touchdowns in a single game?
I know it's a.
So
I think it's
in
a
the playoffs.
quarterback.
In the playoffs,
This is a throwback, like 1960 throwback.
But it's a quarterback though, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I just.
throwing?
Fuck, man, how you know that? How did you know that? That was a good one. Joe Cap was the guy that broke. He had the most points. Well, if you thought it was Joe, I don't know if you meant Joe. When you were saying Joe, if you meant Joe Cap, but Joe Cap, he played for the Bears and the Vikings. He has the most points in a single game. And what was the record? The record was.
Yeah, what was that? What was that record? I would love to see that, man.
Yeah, the record was he had 7 touchdowns in a single game. Threw for 7 touchdowns in a single game.
Damn, we have not seen nobody do that yet.
Yes.
Otto
7
Graham
touchdowns.
was the throwback, the last championship team for the Browns.
Damn, 7 touchdowns in a single game. Who the fuck was they playing?
I mean, you the one did the research. You should
I know.
I'm
just thinking like, who was on the defense where you threw for 7 touchdowns? Or scores.
Bud. Come on.
This one they had the helmets with the.
I'm gonna break it down with you. Right. So they looked like this.
Yeah, they had the one strike.
A bunch of guys look like this.
Oh, the white guy.
Even though bunch of guys that look like that, Mac, even a bunch of guys that look like you, brother, but they was clotheslining with one bar face masks.
A bunch of these motherfuckers out there on the field. That's how
they had some, but y'all know some football, man. Y'all know some football now.
Listen, when it came to college basketball, I know my shit. That's why I was kind of happy I got that fat.
Oh, that fat 5. That's why I threw one out there. And see, the last 2, I didn't expect you to get it, but it took you a minute, but you got it.
I had to really think because I just recently watched that 30 for 30 on the Fat 5.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell you why I know most of career stats and records is because Madden I used to play heavy, and I would play career mode. Like I play franchise. I get a quarterback or I get a defensive end, and I try to break every single stat in 10 years. And
okay, I got a baseball one.
We gotta get into baseball, and I got another NFL topic for y'all.
All right. In 1990, two major league greats made baseball history by becoming the first father-son duo to hit back-to-back home runs in an MLB game. Who was it?
That's easy. That's too easy. That's too easy.
You got that, man, because baseball is not really. I mean, I'm learning baseball, but it ain't my thing.
All you got to know is the junior. All you got to know is the junior.
Ken Griffey.
Senior, I mean, I know Ken Griffey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We said baseball today. We said baseball. I was like, dang, I don't know a lot about baseball.
No, I want to talk about the Domingo Germans no hitter. I wanted to talk about that because
hold on one second. I got a trivia question for you.
Let's get it, man.
What player has the most hits in MLB history?
Shit. I just want to throw a Babe Ruth.
Here's your hint. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
It's Barry Bonds.
Nope.
McGuire?
No.
The most hits or home runs?
The most hits.
Pete Rose?
Yes, sir.
Okay, D-Hop.
Because when he said non-Hall of Famer, they was the only three. I think McGuire's not in either. And I picked those three. They the first three that came to mind when you heard of nine. They not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Listen. Look, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it doesn't make sense not to put them guys in the freaking Hall of Fame. Okay, they was using steroids. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. John, listen. If you listen to John Witherspoon, R.I.P., you listen to his take on steroids, brother. Man, I promise you, yes. Let them all take steroids. Let them all take steroids.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
750 feet. I want to see fucking smash the window in the building across the way. You damn right. Are you shitting me?
But
the fact that we're like, oh no, we can't give these guys things to make them even better, to make them faster, to make them stronger. It don't make their eyesight no better. You ever try to play baseball? I mean, let's be honest. You ever really try to play baseball? You got a motherfucker that can throw just 70, maybe 80 miles an hour. You go ahead and try to hit that ball. It's literally 4/10 of a second, 4 to 5/7 of a second to know when to swing to actually make good contact with that ball. Man, listen, again, no matter how much steroids you take, don't make your eyesight any better. It don't make time slow down. Okay? If you good, you good. Steroids just make you real.
Yes, just drop, man. From Shams. He among
if he goes to the Heat, then I'm switching my talents. I'm switching.
I told you.
I'm switching. I listen. If he
spicy.
I do not want him in Miami. We will. If he comes, we will not win.
What,
bro? Come on.
You add Jimmy, Bam, and James Harden.
Listen,
we still not big enough. We still not big enough to beat any team in the West.
Okay, you listen to me. If you guys are dumping Harden, it's a money dump. That's all it is. It's a money dump. Don't think of it as anything else. You're gonna get a little something sweet back in the trade. But the whole thing is you are now dumping that money. Listen to me. You would be dumping that money early in free agency to where you could go get like the 76ers can make moves. Miami can still go bring somebody else in with the players that they got. They got Oladipo. Oladipo exercised, you know what I mean? He go play on that salary. So they can trade him. They have picks. They have come on, bro. Wait and see. Just play a wait and see with me, brother. Play a wait and see.
I will not support. As much as I'm a Miami Heat fan, I would not support James Harden there.
What you want me to do? What you want me to do? You want me to get my D-Wade jersey? What you want me to get? D-Wade? You want me to get the Bosh?
I would not support James Harden. I'm sorry.
What you mean, bro? Come on, bro.
I would not support him. I would like everybody else on my Miami Heat team besides James Harden. I'm just sorry. I'm not a fan.
D-Hop, you gotta scoot over,
You're
man.
not gonna force me to be a fan because he's a Miami Heat.
We going to a game together once he go. I'm sitting right beside you.
I'm not going to no damn game. James Harden, like I said, like I told you in the chat, James Harden don't get my money. He doesn't.
Let's talk about this MLB because I don't know too much about baseball. I want to hear some.
Okay, so Domingo German, he pitched a no-hitter, which is the first Dominican Republic pitcher to do it in MLB history. I get the fact that he hit a no-hitter. I get it. But he did it against the worst team in MLB. You did it against the Oakland Athletics. You got to be fucking like, I don't understand. I understand he's the first player to do it in the Dominican Republic. Cool. There's only 3 players that only did it. It was 2. It was Felix Hernandez. It was another guy. Felix Hernandez is not from the Dominican Republic. But the fact that this is the Oakland Athletics, the worst team on the worst field in history. I'm sorry. The Oakland Athletics, I don't even think they got 10 wins on the season. I mean, me, Mac, you could go in there and hit a no-hitter against the Oakland Athletics. That's how bad they are. So for him to be hyped, for ESPN, it ought to be hyped because he did a no-hitter for the first time since, I guess, before, 2008 or something like that. It's cool and all, but don't hype it up like this man could be the greatest pitcher to ever do it. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. Or your Yankees fans can be mad at me all you want because I don't care. I understand it's a no-hitter. That's very impressive. It's really hard to do in MLB, but we're talking about the Oakland Athletics. Now, if you would have did it against Titans, if you would have did it,
got 21 wins on the season.
Yeah,
okay? Man. They're not absolute garbage as they have been.
They're terrible, 21, bro.
Mind you, hold on. This is a fucking Yankees team that's got only 45 wins. They got 36 fucking losses. And this is the Yankees. This ain't a good Yankees team.
That's what made. But the media is doing everything to make the Yankees relevant, even though the Yankees is not that great. But I feel as though that nobody talks about.
It's not easy. I don't give a fuck what team you play. I don't care what minor league team you play. Throwing a no hitter, brother, man. I
disagree.
But I'm telling you,
I don't see the hype in no hitter on the Oakland Athletics. I don't see I'm not impressed. I can say that I'm not impressed. Do it against the Ohtani. Do it against the Angels. Do it against a red hot Red. Do it against the best team in baseball. Do it against those guys.
And I'm sure he would try. You actually
can you even name a star on the Oakland without researching? Can you name one star on the Oakland Athletics right now without researching?
No, offhand, no. But I'm sure.
My point exactly.
Oh, are you kidding me, LeMahieu? You don't know LeMahieu?
LeMahieu, he's irrelevant now, knowing the fact that he plays for a bum-ass Oakland Athletics. I know who he is.
Donaldson, McKinney.
None of those guys, none of those guys will get talked about because we're talking about the Oakland
but they're
Athletics.
in the twilight of their career. They're literally playing a bunch of old vets and a bunch of young guys. That's what that team is. It's a mixture.
That's why the Oakland Athletics are leaving Oakland. Like, it's terrible.
But the whole simple fact is the fact that you're talking about some of the heaviest hitters from 10 years ago. He struck all of them out.
Okay, they still a bum team. They still a bum team. Nobody, you tell me this is the only publicity the Oakland Athletics has gotten all season. Because a guy had a no-hitter on you. For the first half of MLB, nobody mentioned the Oakland Athletics, bro.
It don't matter. Allen Iverson went to a championship, but it don't matter. Nothing he did matters. He didn't win it all. It don't matter. It don't matter. That is the equivalent of what, like, bro, when you're talking about as a pitcher, how many people have done this before him? 24. I understand
that, but I see some of the greatest do it against great teams.
No, Nolan Ryan didn't do it against great teams. Nolan Ryan didn't pitch no hitters against great teams. Good teams, not great teams. There was no had all more than top five guys on their team. Nobody. Nolan Ryan, the best to ever do it. He didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you go back and look at the no-hitters, bro. Yeah, some of them names are no-name guys that just had it. They just had it fucking flowing. And he had it flowing. So that's what I'm saying. As a pitcher, that's the best thing you could ever
I got
do.
a question, though. So when it comes to having a no-hitter, do the rest of your team that's on that field get the credit for you having a no-hitter? Because just in case if a ball drops, that no-hitter doesn't happen. So my question to you, as a you know more baseball than me.
That is a unit. That is a whole unit.
Yeah, but why are they just talking about that's the thing I hate about baseball. Just the pitcher gets all the credit for it, but nobody, not the shortstop, not the first baseman, not the second baseman. They don't talk about none of them. Oh, but they talk about the pitcher getting it. But this would be a team thing. Bro, that's what I don't understand.
Every no-hitter I've seen, when they play the highlights, they don't just play the highlights of the pitcher throwing. They mainly play the pitch, all of the errors or the bad balls that could have possibly gotten somebody on base. That's what they play a lot of. And it is like don't get it wrong. Like you gotta understand this guy threw for how many pitches did he throw? Do you have that stat?
I don't have that stat. I just don't care to have the stat.
I'm sure his arm was feeling like a noodle by the ninth inning. But the fact that he threw a no-hitter is, I mean, it's phenomenal in this day and age, especially because look at it with the time clock. Most pitchers don't pitch out of the 7th or 8th inning. So what he did, again, like I said, in this day and age with the pitch clock and to hit a no-hitter, like you have to understand, you know how many, like on average, every team, at least every series gets at least a handful of balls just off of violating the pitch clock. Okay, so that you're going to get a handful of balls, so more than likely you're going to get somebody on base now. That's why they did it like that. So if you violate it, you get somebody on base. You're telling me this guy was so precise all game. He didn't let anybody on base. He didn't throw too many balls. He didn't violate the pitch clock. Like, bro, that's a lot. So
I get it, but I just feel like as a unit should be a part of the no-hitter instead of a pitcher because we seen the Oakland Athletics make hits.
They got players.
We seen the Oakland Athletics make hits, but they just couldn't. The defense was just precise for the New York Yankees that night. But I'm just saying, like, if you're going to say the no-hitter for everybody that was out there helping you get that no-hitter. Just don't put your eyes just all on the pitcher like these main media do. Like I just don't like that, bro. Like because I feel like if one of those, I bet you one of them shortstops don't get that ball, they're going to blame that shortstop for not getting that ball if he's stretched out for it, or they're going to blame him for not getting the help his pitcher not getting the no hitter. So now everybody got to crack down on him. That's not fair. It's not fair at all. It should be just a team thing. I mean, just don't tell, okay, he did the no-hitter. Cool. He did first person from Dominican Republic to do it. Okay, cool. That's history. I get it. But we're talking about the Oakland Athletics. That's all I'm saying. I think the team is just not irrelevant. It's not as relevant.
It don't impress you, D-Hop?
It doesn't impress me because, like, if you ever watch Sports Center or you watch any of these sports channels, Bug, this is the only publicity that the Oakland Athletics had all season. And it's on a negative side because they allowed a no-hitter. So that's why I'm just not, I mean, it's good that happened, but I'm just not impressed with it, unfortunately. Sorry, Mac. I mean, I understand the guy is good. Don't get me wrong. He's good. And the Yankees are not that great either because Aaron Judge is hurt. He's been hurt for majority of this season.
I mean, but again, like I said, look, it's the whole thing is he's got so many things going against him as a pitcher now. You know what I mean? So for him to pitch a no-hitter, to me, it is. I don't care who he pitches it against. Like I said, even in the minor leagues, when you see minor league pitchers pitch a no-hitter, I think that shit is amazing, bro. As somebody I've thrown about 60, 70 pitches. Okay. And it's not easy. Once you get past 50, then you get to 60. Next thing you know, like, bro, your arm starts hurting. And you got to think this guy threw before the game. He do warm-ups. He's sitting there and he's going through the whole game. He's got to keep the pitch count. like I said, and it ain't nothing off the defense because the Yankees have a good defense. Their offense can lag sometimes, and they can fuck up here and there, and their pitching, ain't always the greatest, but again, they're still a solid team all around. And I think the shutout that's a big tip of the cap. Give him his flowers, like, bro, he deserves it. That was a good fucking game. Good job, defense. Tip of the cap to the defense. But yeah, no, I definitely think, like, if you pitch a no-hitter, especially in today's league, you should at least get, a round of applause. Give the man his due.
I mean, hey, we agree to disagree when it comes to that, but I left the last topic for last because I really wanted to get your intake on this NFL topic here. Who has more to prove, Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen? Now, the only reason why I say is more to prove, I'm not going to make my pick yet, but I mean,
it's Lamar Jackson. It's Lamar Jackson for sure. Like my whole thing is Josh Allen didn't come out on the podium at the draft and say, you're going to get a Super Bowl out of me. I guarantee it. Or no, I promise you, you're going to get a Super Bowl out of me. That's what Lamar Jackson said. So until
now that I didn't know.
Until, he said that to Dion right there on the stage after he got drafted. Now, that's what I'm saying. Until he gives me a Super Bowl, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like how you feeling sometimes. Like, show me. You now have all the weapons you need. You now have everything that you need. No more excuses. Let's get it.
That's. I mean, I think it's more to. I think it's a little bit more to prove with Josh Allen, but not more than Lamar Jackson. I think both of them have something to prove, in my opinion, because Josh Allen, he got there. He just can't get over the hump. That's the problem with Josh Allen. He can't get over the hump. He cannot beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs to save his goddamn life. He just can't. Like, if he can get past the Kansas City Chiefs, then that's cool. But for Lamar, I need to see more from Lamar is because of, yes, you had that one good year that you won MVP. You almost threw for you threw for almost 3,900, if I'm not mistaken. It was 3,900 passing yards, and he was electric in that MVP year. But I need to see that on a more consistent basis, and you got to start winning in the playoffs more. Yes, I understand last year you was hurt. I understand that, but now you got the bag. They went out and got OBJ. You got Zay Flowers with a Mark Andrews. Even though you don't like the running backs with Gus Edwards and J.K. Dollars, but they have won games with those running backs when they're healthy. But I just feel like,
You Bateman, Aguilar.
I'm not talking about no Nelson Aguilar, please. He got to prove to me as well.
Bro, again, he been like.
I'm not talking about no. Listen, I gotta see the pads when I gotta see him in gameplay. I don't care about no mini camps or nothing like that. But he has enough. Just to throw it out there, he has enough wide receivers to get it done. Enough.
And then you got Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely.
Right. You have enough on the offense. You can't make it. I don't even think Greg Roman's not there. Whatever your offensive coordinator, he's not there no more, right?
Todd Monken. The one who coached OBJ and Baker Mayfield when he had that good fucking winning season with Cleveland. He's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's what y'all got now. Yeah,
that took Baker Mayfield and them like to the playoffs. They kicked our ass twice that year. So yeah,
so
I'm ready for it.
So I need Lamar Jackson. I think he needs to prove more. I think we need to see another NFL MVP caliber season. I don't want to hear no excuses out of Lamar Jackson this season. I better see a 4,000 passing yard season.
Fuck that. He better be playing in the fucking
4,000 passing yards.
4,000. If Derek Carr could do it for 4 years with no receivers, Lamar Jackson got to do it this year with the receivers that he got.
I mean,
let's keep it a being. The 4 years before Devontae Adams got there, Derek Carr threw for 4,000.
That's completely ignoring our offense. Like, dude, if you don't think as an offense we're going to get 2,000 rushing yards, you're nuts. You're nuts. Because Lamar's going to give you at least 400 or 500. At least. You know what I'm saying? Our running backs are going to get you around 1,200. And then you have any trick plays that Todd Monken wants to do. Bro, that's why I'm saying.
I understand that, but now I understand that y'all run the football, but now you'll actually have receivers that you have to throw to this time around in this offense.
For sure.
I mean, I mean, OBJ's going to want the ball. I'll tell you that right now. He's going to beg for the ball.
So my whole thing is so if he gets 3,992 yards, you know what I'm saying? Is that enough? Or is it
39? He had 3,900 before. I want him to exceed that.
Yeah, you want to see?
You know what I'm saying? I want him to exceed. I want him to be at the. If you want to be considered the top 5 quarterbacks in this league, I need at least a 4,000-yard season at least once.
So here's one thing. So what happens if J.K. Dobbins, right, comes out and busts out a 1,200-yard season? He comes to form. And he really gets that. He gets his speed back.
Yeah, you're not going to see.
And then Edwards turns around and gives you 800 yards, right? And then Lamar Jackson is going to wind up giving you again. He's going to give you at least 500-600 yards throughout the season. So again, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I feel like that's where I feel like Lamar Jackson needs to step back on trying to just to be a run first quarterback. If he has to scramble and get those yards, that's understandable. But I just want to see Lamar Jackson throw the football more.
Did you watch Lamar Jackson play last year? Because the majority of his rushing yards was that. He tried literally. You watched him force himself to stay.
But I have seen some run. I have seen some direct snaps, run plays to Lamar Jackson as well. I've seen it out of Josh Allen too. And I think that's just bad for a quarterback to get the direct snap runs. I think it's really bad for a quarterback.
While we did it to keep the defense honest. Because if not, you started getting them creeping back in the play action, and we did. We got a couple balls intercepted like that a few times over the year, and it was just bad for us. So you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like this is a whole new offensive system. That's why I'm excited. So I feel like they're going to go to the playoffs and they're going to win at least. You know, they should get at least to the championship. Now, if we lost to Kansas City in the championship,
I'm ready to see the higher ceiling of Lamar. I'm ready to see the best of Lamar this season.
I feel like it has to be. It has to be. And if you aren't playing in the playoffs this year, I don't understand. Like at that point, I would literally be, as soon as we can shop Lamar, shop him, get him out.
Ooh, you think so, man?
After the contract that he just signed?
That's what I'm saying. He set a standard.
The contract's not that bad. It's not a 10-year contract, homies.
Yeah,
it's not. But I mean, I understand what you're trying to say because him signing that contract, you're in a win now situation.
He's got 2 years to prove it. He's got 2 years to prove that contract. That's it. 2 years to prove that contract.
Now, as far as Josh Allen go, I think Josh Allen needs a bounce back year. I think it was a down year for him this season, even though it wasn't his best. But I feel like now he still don't have no. To me, when it comes to the Buffalo Bills running backs, they're no help. I don't know if they can't block for. I don't know if they can block for these running backs or what.
We had this conversation, right? Cooks was going to come in here and he was going to burn it up. Let's stay positive on the Cooks note, and let's say he's going to come in and burn it up.
I hope so. I hope so. Because I'm just going off the history and with having Devin Singletary there. You know, like.
No, yeah. I mean, I completely understand, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to start trying to put more of a positive spin on certain players because it's like if we're going to talk positive about him as an individual player, I want to see I'm going to take the positive impact, and I feel like again when he's had a good running game, Josh Allen, that pressure gets taken off of him, and it makes his job easier as a passer. So again, it's like the system they run is a really good system. So again, if Cook can have success, Josh Allen's going to have success. The Buffalo Bills should have success. But again, it's go ahead.
Oh no! I was just about to ask Book, who you think that needs to improve? Do you think it's Lamar Jackson or who needs to prove? Technically, who needs to prove more? And that's Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen.
I mean, I kind of say Josh. And because you have had one of the best teams in the league, bro, like 2 years straight, literally, bro. Like, even before Von Miller, before that whole situation, like, and maybe I guess he's have had that many threats, but he still got Diggs. You had Dawson Knox. You had Davis. It's a couple other guys I want to mention. I might be like, but he has had some threats, bro. You have had an alright offensive line. Like you said, he just can't get over the hump. Now with Lamar, I feel like I was gonna ask Mac this earlier when y'all was talking. I feel like this year they just have to have a good year. They don't really have to make the Super. You know, they don't have to go to the Super Bowl. They just have to have a good year. They have a good year.
The whole thing is with all the talent that we have on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, y'all don't have a reason not to.
Like,
yeah,
for real. And I'm hoping and praying that I hope we can get over the hump, spite of what I think is the problem.
And what do you
think is the actual problem?
Honestly, I think the problem is John Harbaugh.
Oh man,
I think we need to get either an offensive coach for Lamar Jackson, or we need to get a defensive coach, or even a balance coach would do. But having a special teams coach as your head coach is, like, again, I watch my team like I'm sure you watch your team, and you can tell when there's no adjustments that are made. When the coach comes up and says, "No, we're going to go for it," and then turn around in the next possession, instead of going for it, you kick the field goal. And the field you needed to go for it to get the points, but you kicked the field goal because you thought you had enough timeouts to save the game, but you didn't.
You don't think that what I want to say his name? Them breaking in
when a head coach has single-handedly cost you over 6 games in 2 years, does that not start to get into your head? That's all I'm saying. Like on the goal line, right? You decide to run it. Okay, we don't make it. You do it again. We don't make it. So now that's 6 points you gave up, and then we turn around and we lose the game by 4 points. That's a hard pill to swallow, my brother. And look at the talent that we've been bringing. Look at the talent we've had. Like, yeah, we might not have had the greatest wide receivers over the last few years, but look at the rest of the talent. Our defense was good. Our offense put up rushing numbers. Our offense put up decent receiving numbers because of Mark Andrews and a few other guys stepping up. But like let's be real though. I mean, we're being held back because our guys can't completely flourish and play the best of their ability because you got a guy that's handicapping him because he don't make adjustments. He doesn't want to sit there and nitpick every bit of the game film on this, that, and the third. And he does. He hands it off to his coordinators. And I don't like that shit. And then you turn around and last year, now you're going to bring in your son-in-law to coach the defense. Like, come on, bro. I don't want this in. He switched our defense to a 4-3 defense. Now you got linebackers that literally you're trying to force them to blitz and play that game. And what about our pass rush? What about our edge rushers? Now you're trying to make them into defensive ends, and they're used to playing on the outside, not playing head up or on the inside of the tackles. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like it's difficult, and Harbaugh's definitely a yes man. I think, and that's one of the reasons why Steve Bisciotti was in talks with Todd Monken, and he definitely probably is the main reason why Todd Monken came in. Todd Monken ain't going to be a yes guy. He's going to run his offense, and he's going to do what he has to do because Harbaugh's not. Harbaugh makes the special teams calls, and that's about it. Like, I mean, let's be honest with you. Like, his most exciting moment is when he gets to run on the field with Lamar Jackson. You want to go for it? Go for it. Go for it. Like, come on, bro.
So there you have it, guys. Episode is in the books for Thursday, June 29th, 2023.
What number is this? What number are we on?
51.
51, man. Bit 5-1, man. Like we almost I said we almost up to that 3K, D-Hop.
Yeah, yes. we trying to get to that 3K. I think we could get there tonight because I will be doing the top 2 teams in the WNBA in New York Liberty and Las Vegas. That's going to be a game tonight that I definitely want to see because I wanted to get to that topic, but we don't have enough time for it. About I wanted to get into like the eras now. I think we're getting into the super team era of the WNBA as of right now. So with those 2 teams, with Breanna Stewart going to New York and Jacquel Jones going to New York and Candace Parker going to the Aces to play with Aja Wilson.
Breanna Stewart is where?
Is in New York. And that's why they 10-3. And the Las Vegas Aces with Candace Parker and the Las Vegas Aces is 13-1. They're the best 2 teams. They're the best 2 teams in their conference.
I like Breanna Stewart. I've been following her since she came out of college.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that game tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Only reason why it's late because they are in Las Vegas. So that's why that game is going to be dope there. But Anthony Price said, so you saying the 3-4 is better than the 4-3?
Yes, 100%. You get more coverage. So my whole thing is like I'm having 5 guys. I have the possibility of having 5 guys come at you in your quarterback, your offensive line. Okay. But I also have the ability to only bring 3 guys and drop.
It's still you can still turn the thing about it is you can still turn a 3-4 into a 4-3. You just in a actual setting of a 3-4.
No. If you do that, if you do that, as far as if you bring one of your linebackers up and you're stuck with 2 guys, right? Especially because what you're talking about when you're talking about a 4-3 system, most of your 2 wing guys are run stoppers, right? And outside coverage.
Well, they could be both. They could be a little bit of both. That's why you have versatility at your defensive ends now.
But I mean, let's be honest though, how many guys in the NFL can really do that in significant fashion? There's not a whole lot. So you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying like I'd rather have something where if I know a guy can only play zone coverage, that's all I need you to do. I need you to sit in this zone.
I hate zone defenses, though. I hate zone defenses.
I'm talking about linebackers and safeties. I like it. I like putting a middle linebacker in a zone. I like having safeties drop in certain zones, especially considering what formation you're in. I
just need a lot of NFL defenses to get out of a 4-2-5. Get out of that defense, please. It's the worst freaking scheme in the world. I hate a 4-2-5. I hate it. There's no way you have a 4-2-5 and you have 2 inside linebackers and you leave the flats wide open. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. Just not happening. If I was I'm a former offensive coordinator, I will light the fuck out of a 4-2-5 offensively. I really would. I would kill a 4-2-5 because 4-2-5, especially when you don't have good tackling corners, you got to have good tackling corners and good tackling slot corners. The good coverage slot corners to have a 4-2-5 work. But I get it though. I like it. I like the 3-4. I like the 4 linebacker scheme. But I'm a traditional 4-3 person. So
to Anthony Price again, Chase Young. I think Chase Young would flourish in a good 3-4 system with his hand in the dirt. Like you let him be a 3 technique D end. Oh my God, bro!
Yeah, a 3 technique D end, absolutely.
His footwork, he would dominate guards. Because that's what he would be doing. He'd be going. What was that? It'd be the C and D gaps. Those are the 2 gaps he'd be going through. So I mean, bro, I think he would dominate in that defense. But all right, I see. It's time to go.
Yep, it's time to go, man. And y'all know what to do, man. Go to SeatGeek. Get your $20 off your first purchase using the promo code DHOP. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will be back in 2 hours to do Aces and Liberty live play-by-play and reactions. Make sure y'all come back for that. Audio podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. And
tomorrow, right?
Yep. And
tomorrow, man.
So we can do 5:45.
Listen, I will have my Ethernet cord. I will be on the whole 6 hours for whoever. I will be on the whole till it's over. When these guys, I will be on the whole 6 hours till 12:01 when the free agency is over. Tune in tomorrow, man.
Well, you heard that here first, man. He got that. I'm sorry.
I work on Saturdays, boss.
I'll be here the whole 6 hours tomorrow.
And I'll be doing Money in the Bank this weekend. So I will be live for Money in the Bank this weekend. So I'll be doing it at 3:00 on Saturday. So that's basically what it is, y'all. See y'all in 2 hours. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, man. Follow us on all social medias. We out of here, y'all. Peace, love, and blessings. And now I'm hungry because Mac want to talk about goddamn
wings.
Yo, my stomach is punching me right now. So that's why he left. So we out of here, y'all. Peace out.